This is a reading video for Noragami Season 2, Episode 1, 2, and 3. Links, as always, in the description below to go watch my reaction, and you can come back here to see my full thoughts, ideas, and theories about these episodes, and where we go from here. So click away now, or be spoiled as to what happened in these episodes. Okay, so, joining me once again is Try. Hello, Try. I also forgot to hide that when I first started, but that's fine. Pretty cool group of episodes. I really did like them a lot. I was going into the reaction hoping that we'd see more kind of plot development in terms of like the world and everything, and we did. We got a lot of it. Nora and so on and so forth. Nora's group, as I have deemed them, seem to be having plots and evil doer things happening in the shadows and things. So we're probably, the way it seems right now, it seems like we won't be able to like maybe foreshadow her ultimate plan of what she's trying to do. I mean, obviously it has Yato involved, but I feel like ultimately they're trying to kill Bisha. So yeah. So that's, I guess, maybe not her plan. Maybe that's the one Regalia's plan, is to kill Bisha. And to do so, it seems like they're trying to scrape together some kind of like god war between Bisha and Yato, and actually give them a reason to actually go and fight each other, basically. Sowing doubts and so on and so forth into the mind of all the Regalias and all that kind of stuff of Bisha's family. And then at the same time, like, harming Yato and Yuki and everything, in the same way, with killing off the friend and of Bisha's Regalia, but Yuki's friend, one of Bisha's old Regalias, killing off him and everything, to kind of get back, whatever I think it's just trying to promote a war, basically. So they're trying to get Yato and Bisha to go to war, to fight each other, and to have the one guy, the earring of Bisha, to have him be denounced from Bisha means that she's less accurate. Kazuma, there we go. To have Kazuma denounced, it means they're less accurate. The twins said that, which seems accurate. Like, he was the information sort of, spyglass / monocle, the magic monocle or whatever like that. The nerd, yeah. So having him kind of overwatch the entire battleground and calculate, what needs to be done and communicate that to all of the Regalias at once. I mean, it's a pretty big job. So to have the Nora group decide to take him out effectively, not like literally kill him out, but he's still alive. But to have him getting like taken out of the equation means that Yato can come in and actually have an easier time at defeating her, kind of thing, is what I think is their plan is. Because it seemed like what their original plan is to slowly but surely make Kazuma seem like he's going insane, to make it so Bishamon had to probably like relieve him of his like elite squad duties and pick somebody else to like fill the slot, kind of thing. They're even going so far, the Neuron group is going so far even to corrupt the past outfit that Bisha had. She was like a pink hair girl. She ended up hardcore disliking the girl that replaced her, the new girl, I guess, in Bisha's Regalia army kind of thing. So she really hates that girl. So the Nora group, including the Doctor, um, is ending up just turning a certain couple regalias against one another, um, as well as sowing doubts and so on and so forth. With not only um, the two regalias, the one pink haired girl and the and Kazuma, but also all the other ones, because all the other ones heard exactly what Yuki said, which I guess in Nora's plan that was like a happy accident, but it ended up being like a benefit for the Nora group basically, because it made every regalia who was in the vicinity of that like uh, plaza hear exactly what Yuki was saying about she not knowing everything about each and every one of the regalias, not caring, so on and so forth. So, and then all of them started crying, and then that kind of hurt her, and then so on and so forth. So, having all that happen is definitely not a good thing. um, so now that Yato knows that Hiyori is up there, uh, I mean, who knows what's gonna happen? I mean, he's also gonna storm the place. Um, but like the question is like, is he literally going to? Because like that's the thing. It's Bisha who thinks that Yato is like a dark god, kind of thing, like killing off her regalias and so on and so forth. But like Kazuma even said that it's not his fault. Like it was he saved her kind of thing. And then that the whole nightmare scenario we saw at the very beginning of the season, that backs up the whole nightmare. It seemed like one of Bish's regalias was going all nuts and like stinging her basically, like, corrupting itself and so on and so forth. And it seemed like it was also kind of like corrupting all the rest of her regalias in like because she has like the elite basically around her. It's made this one regalia started turning into a phantom and then kind of splurged out and then grabbed a bunch of the other regalias to like slam onto them, and that's kind of what happened. Was like Yato came in to help her, to save her from dying effectively by killing the regalia in charge of that chaos basically. um, but the thing is like Bisha said in the past that it was only one regalia. She killed the regalia, but then it was either Kazuma or it was Bisha recently in these episodes. Someone said it, but someone said that it was a group of regalias. It wasn't just one. It was like a multiple or kind of thing. Then that kind of backs up with the whole nightmare scenario. And I'm wondering if the nightmare is like slowly turning her, like what is true and untrue kind of thing is like turning against her. Maybe some doctor poison sort of stuff is causing her to hallucinate more so than needed. I'm not sure. That's kind of the stuff I'm thinking about. So we'll probably it was Kufuki. She said not even killed a regalia once, or he even killed a regalia once. Yeah. Yeah. And it was actually pretty interesting to also hear from the new girl as well. I'm not sure if that was is that Kufuki, the new girl, the new the armor, the one who had like the kind of bun hair, but then was cut off by the purple pink haired girl. The pink haired girl said that. Kufuki. Okay. Yeah. So I'm assuming that's what's happening. That's my theory, anyways, right? Of like the nightmare is like one of the regalias went crazy and started like stinging Bisha and started like going crazy and like turning into a phantom basically. And Yato came in to her. Right, her. Okay. Right. I for instinctively I thought about the new girl, the new pink haired girl. I don't know why I thought about her first. But yeah, she did say that. Yeah, she killed. He even killed the regalia once. Yeah. Um. So, what was I saying before? I was good. Oh yeah, okay. So the whole nightmare scenario, like it makes sense that the one that Yato killed was the one that was causing like chaos and like making Bisha hurt and so on and so forth with like the corruption. It makes sense that that's the one that Yato killed to save her life, but she sees it as like it's almost like what's a good example? How I can see it happening is the regalias are like Bisha sees them family kind of thing. So if you cut down a member of the family, it's like it's personal kind of thing, regardless uh, if it's like the right thing to do kind of thing. Because even Yato did not want to kill Yuki, even though Yuki was like corrupting Yato like nearly to death kind of thing. So it's kind of the same way here, where like Bisha might know like the truth, but she's ignoring it for the fact that Yato was the one to kill the regalia against her wishes, kind of thing. That's kind of what I see. Loki the fairy tale, looking for stopped helping Karen to help the other spirits. That's true. Um, it's very very true. That's actually really interesting. That's wow. That's okay. That's way similar. That's not just like a small similar thing. That's way similar because the spirits are like. I mean the regalians are spirits basically. Um, but yeah, that's really that's really interesting. Anyways, so we have the evil doctor who I don't think has a name anymore because, uh, or maybe he does. I don't know. Kazuma tried to pin him down, effectively chain him, but he just literally just stood up and then like he walked over to Kazuma. So, um, I and it only works if you call the name of like the regalia kind of thing, and it didn't work on him. So I'm wondering if he got rid of his name, but he's still sort of like hanging out with Bisha and all of them kind of thing, acting like he's still one of them kind of thing. Because otherwise, all of his like bad deeds, you would think all those bad deeds would be corrupting her. Uh, Kugaha, Kugaha, Kuguha, Kugaha, Kugaha, something like that. Pronunciation of names is not my forte, so I apologize. Um, uh, Doctor Douche. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, yeah. So the Doctor. I guess. Well, Doctor's a too good of a name because it reminds me of like Doctor Who sort of thing. So you can't just call him the Doctor. Doctor Douche works. So having him be so kind of in a way corrupted and bloodthirsty and yada 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 to kill Bisha, you would think all his thoughts would be hurting her constantly, and she'd start to kind of realize what's happening if that was the case. But if his name was removed, and hold on, I'm forming a theory as I'm talking. If his name was removed, then she wouldn't even know about all these kind of thoughts that he's having. But at the same time, wouldn't that mean if he did remove his name, that she would know about it? Because she knew about the one kid who died, the one regalia who died. She knew about it immediately. Like, what was happening through that kind of thing, the pain and torment of the regalia dying. Like, she felt all of it, sort of thing. Um, so if any harm came to the doctor, while he was going through like the removal name kind of thing, maybe Nora has, some kind of way of like ripping a name off of somebody, a regalia, to then whatever. Like Nora's like one of those characters where I can definitely see having like supreme knowledge and everything about regalias and like how to add names to yourself without actually interacting with other gods and so on and so forth, because she has so many names. But at the same time, like I'm wondering, like, did all the gods once claim her as one of their own, but just kind of like threw her to the side, kind of thing, every time they were done with her, or because you would think with that many gods using her, they'd actually like you would think a couple of them at least would be the ones be like, no, I don't want you having that name anymore, and then like ripping the name off of her, kind of thing. Just like what Bishop was about to do to Kazuma, basically um, like what's the proper term for it? It's not ripping the name off of somebody, but it's like I'm drawing a blank. I don't know. Removing a name from a regalia, I guess. I mean, there's probably a better word for it, but um, that process. You would think other gods would do that. You would think Yato would do that if that was something that he wished for. Unless the gods keep their name on Nora just in case the off chance that they actually need her for something. Um, I mean, maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure, but it seems like Nora's going to have a bigger plot in this season, which is good because we didn't really get to see her that much last season. I mean, we got to see her quite a bit, but doesn't make you know anything about her. We still kind of don't actually know anything about her, other than she used to work with Yato. She has a dad. She can control dogs, dog phantom things, with masks. She can teleport, and she likes water. The kind of stuff. Um, well, not the exile thing. It's when what she was doing before, where she was about to like take his name away, like that process. That's the kind of process I'm drawing a blank on, like what to properly name that. Like when like they remove the mark on someone's body, kind of thing. Not the exile bit. The exile bit I understand, but like the actual process of removing a name from a regalia. I was trying to remember not remember, but I'm trying to think of the proper term to describe that or name it, kind of thing. I'm not sure if the show has a name for it. Maybe, I'm not sure. Um, but yeah, so I like these episodes a lot. It filled in a lot of information that we didn't have previously, about Yato and Bisha and all that kind of stuff. Um, got a little snippet more of Yato's past, which is good. I said at the very beginning of the reaction that it would be interesting to know Yato's background, of course, like his why he turned good or whatever kind of thing. But I kind of like having that kind of mystery of like doesn't I don't want to know like 100% of his past kind of stuff. But it would be cool to kind of like know maybe a couple of the major bits, but like not everything kind of thing like that, because it leaves a little bit of mystery of what he's done in the past kind of thing. 'Cause we don't need to know like every single human and possibly god and maybe regalia that he's ever killed in the past kind of thing. We don't need that information. I mean, maybe if it's apparent to the plot, but um, yeah, this season seems to be pretty cool so far. We're getting a lot of Hiyori stuff as well, and right now she's taken um, by the doctor. It seems like, yeah. So we're probably gonna have a bit of stuff with that. I'm thinking like it seemed like, was it Nora or was it the doctor who was talking to Yato about her? I think it was Nora talking to him, Yato, about it under the bridge. Um, about how Hiyori might like forget him, kind of thing, in a way. And then he started like following her, and so on and so forth. And then the whole promise she made to him, all that kind of stuff, which is pretty cool. But I'm wondering what her goal. Like, I'm wondering if like she obviously has some kind of like major ultimate goal in mind, but Yato just seems to kind of go with it. Like he doesn't really like attack her on sight or disown her or something like that. He doesn't do any of that. He just kind of just says hi, like whenever she, well, I shouldn't say hi, but just kind of has her around, and she just kind of pops in and out of his life. So I'm not sure anything about Nora and all that kind of stuff. We have yet to see Dad or father or whatever, Nora's father. We have yet to see him. Mentioned last season, but we have yet to see him. So we'll probably see him in due time. Because I didn't even know Regalias had dads. But I don't know. Maybe it's like one of those rare occasions where two Regalias end up being father and daughter. Who knows? I'm not sure. But I think that's it for now. Is there anything that I missed or I should talk about, Trey, that you would remember? So I'm going through my head right now of all 3 episodes, and I can't think of anything off the top of my head that needs to be talked about. Maybe. I think we're good. Oh! The one guy. Oh my gosh. The trash can scene was funny. The one regalia that Bisha lost, the one who died by the tree, that whole background thing where he was saying like he's Suzaha, something like that. Him going and talking about the girl who kind of came in and out of his life. Like, well, I mean, for him it seemed like very very sudden, but like for her it was like years between visits, and she kept saying the same thing over and over again, kind of thing. Kept forgetting about him, and then like at the very end it just seemed like it just went away, kind of thing. Once again, kind of thing. Forgot about him once again. Visiting her grandma, kind of thing. I wonder if the grandma like passed away and that's why she's not visiting anymore. I don't know. Yeah, she was a weird kid. Yeah, so she loved flowers. That's one thing that she kept coming back for. She's like, well, I got a good garden here. And then like a couple years later, well, I got a good garden here. Yeah, the garbage truck, that was funny. But that whole scene was pretty sad. Like, that whole like realization that like regalias don't age. And they just continue living while like humans come and go in their life and everything. And that made Yuki kind of really sad because he doesn't want Hiyori to do the same thing effectively, to forget him, kind of thing. And he even said like the homework that he's doing is basically his apple or his blossom tree or cherry blossom tree, something like that. One of those, the tree basically, like that's his tree. And Yato was like, what? Like questioning what he was saying. He's like, don't worry about it. But yeah, that was pretty sad to see that. Like, the moment I realized that she kept coming back at different ages, I was like, good God, like, this is going to get sad quick, kind of thing. But, I mean, I guess it happens for them, because they're gods, effectively. They're god weapons, and gods live forever, it seems like, until killed. So, there's no, like, age death of gods, I don't think. Maybe. I mean, we do have that one older guy. He's not old, but like, the one god. People die when they get killed. Sure. So, I think that's it. If there is anything that I missed in these episodes, leave a comment down below, and I will try my hardest to get to it, or talk about it next time, kind of thing. If it's like a big kind of thing that I would like to talk about, kind of thing. So, yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next week for episode 4, 5, and 6, including an after credit scene. Oh boy. So yeah, look forward to that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Thank you, buddy.
込めた焼酎を僕は片手に持っている。震えた君のいる場所へ足を